So it's 4:32. Let's get started. So I want to welcome everyone and thank you for joining today with our 11th Annual Action Research Symposium. My name is Grace Huang. I am the CSU Action Research Program Director. And it was wonderful to see such a great turnout, and we have guests from different countries and different states. So in the chat box, would you mind please enter introducing yourself and where you're from and your affiliation? And especially, I want to shout out to a team of teachers. They are doing the action research right now from Brazil and led by Dr. Alan Amzis. And thank you for joining us. All right, so I want to briefly introduce our program. Our program is an individualized PD for practitioners in P12 schools. And we are committed to the research practice partnership, which we call RPP, bringing our P12 practitioner and our university faculty together. They form action research team and explore the topics of practitioners' interests. And our model intends to bridge the gap between the theory and practices by using the data and the findings to inform the educational practice. So as of now, the 11th year, we have accomplished over 190 action research projects for the entire program. So that is exciting. And so the purpose of this symposium is to provide a platform for our action researchers to share their practices, their findings, and for all of us as audiences to gain insights and exchange ideas. Even though this is a virtual platform, we encourage your active participation by asking questions, as many as you want, and provide inputs. And it will take all of us to making this an interactive symposium. And so buckle up. And we have wonderful collaborators. The first one is Ohio Teacher of the Year program. And I want to thank Angela Dick, our state coordinator. She has led a wonderful and successful program. And because of that, we are very fortunate to be able to work with Ohio Teachers of the Year and their fabulous university faculty researchers. And the second collaborator is AERA-SEL-SIG, which stands for American Educational Research Association, Social Emotional Learning Special Interest Group. Because of this collaboration, today we have got the chance to listen to the great projects surrounding SEL topic. And I want to shout out to two fearless, daring national SEL leaders, Dr. Dorothy Espelach and Dr. Cynthia Sistek-Chandler. Their dedication in this SEL field have helped us to move this important topic forward despite the current political condition. So thank you for all our collaborators. And is Dr. Bloomberg here?
I sure am.
Okay, so with this special event, we need to have special people to welcome you. So next, please, I should say first, please join me in welcoming Dr. Laura Bloomberg, the president of Cleveland State University, to deliver the opening remarks for our audiences and symposium.
Thank you very much. And to you, Grace Huang, you are a force. You are an organizational energy force. I'm so glad to be here, and I'm so grateful for the work that you have done and your colleagues have done to pull this together. Hi, everybody. I will be very, very brief, but I have to tell you, just logging on and hearing what Grace had to say in these introductory comments was just music to my educators' ears. I didn't grow up thinking that I wanted to be a university president. I grew up always knowing that I wanted to be in a learning environment. And that brought me from special education at a high school level to being a K-12 principal, to being an educational psychologist, eventually a professor, and now a university president. But when you talk about things like AERA and the SEL-SIG, I know it well. Those were my people. That's where I spent a lot of time as an educational psychologist. And when I think about the kind of action research that you are doing across different sorts of education sectors with different kinds of educators, it is a powerful thing. I think we are all better together, and the extent to which we not only support each other, but share best practices and bounce around what it really means to integrate theory and practice. That's where I believe that's where the action happens, the magic happens. And I think in particular, when we talk about the virtuous cycle of theory informing practice, and equally so practice informing theory, we know that we're onto something as adult learners. And what could be better for education in this world right now than for adults to be learners as well as the people we traditionally think of as our students. So for all of those reasons, I'm glad to be with you. I wish I could stay the whole time. I can't. It's a busy time on campus, but when Grace asked me to join you, I jumped at the opportunity to just tell you how much I appreciate what you do. And I realize you're not all here in Ohio, but let me just share with you something that I hope resonates. I was asked to testify before the Ohio Senate Committee on Workforce. I still choke a little bit on workforce and higher education because I think higher education is so much more than that, but that's the name of the committee. And I was supposed to testify on something rather mundane, which is our need for deferred maintenance funding on campus. We have a lot of need there. But I took the opportunity to also talk about some of the remarkable things happening on our campus. And one that I highlighted in particular was the extent to which professors and education or educators on college campuses and universities like Cleveland State build partnerships with people in P-12 education in a way that is authentic and additive for everybody. And so you're just a manifestation of something that I spoke of so proudly earlier this week. And I thank you for all that you do. And whenever I'm with a group of people in higher ed and in K-12 education, I find myself being, and I think some of you have this feeling if you have been in and out of grad school or in and out of administrative roles, a tinge of regret for the place that you aren't right now. And every day in this job, which I love, I have a tiny tinge of regret for the places I'm not, like in classrooms with kids with disabilities or in seminars with graduate students seeking to change the world. So I'm grateful to you. I'm a bit envious of the work that you do, and I hope you have a wonderful session. This 11th annual research symposium. I hope it goes really well for you, and thanks for the opportunity to greet you today.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bloomberg, for stopping by, and you made us feel very special. Thank you. And this program is made possible and supported by Martha Holden Jennings Foundation. So next, please welcome Dr. Renee Willis, the Executive Director, to share a few words with us. Dr. Willis?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Wong. So I don't know if you hear me clearly, but if you can, you probably can tell I'm driving. I am actually on my way back from Cincinnati, where I just met with another phenomenal program that we fund, but I would not miss this chance to at least bring greetings. So for those that don't know, the Martha Holden Jennings Foundation is the only foundation in Ohio that is dedicated to P-12 public school education. Our foundation supports programs, school districts, teachers, and all sorts of initiatives to better our students in Ohio's public schools. So I salute you that have taken up that mantle. I have personally served in public education in Ohio for 31 years, with my last position being a district superintendent for the last 10 years. I've just recently transitioned to being the executive director in January. So I'm learning this whole landscape of philanthropy. I pride myself in saying I've been a 31-year public school practitioner. Now I'm a new public school philanthropist. So I congratulate you all. I look forward to hearing your projects, as I will be muted, but I will be listening. And Dr. Wong, thank you again inviting me. I look forward to our continued relationship as we look forward to supporting the great work of Cleveland State and your research action symposium, your action research symposium. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Willis. Despite your driving and you still come and I want to learn more about our presenters program, I am very grateful for that. Thank you. And drive safely. And so now let's talk logistics about this symposium. And so right now I'm sharing the screen. If you see the screen, would you please thumb up? Thank you. All right, so this is our state-of-the-art program. I'm so proud because I've never seen a conference program being so pretty. And so I want to show off a little bit, but at the same time sharing with you about the format. And so today's symposium, we have 6 different sessions, and each session composed 3 presentations, and few of them are 2. And these 6 sessions are distributed into 2 different time blocks. Bear with me. Okay, so for session 1 to 3, it's concurrently running during the first block. And then for session 4 to 6, they will be run at the second time block. And if you want to know more about each session, we can start from the overview of the sessions, and you will see the underlying message. All you need to do is to click at the underlying message. It will take you directly to session 1, for example. And session 1, it includes the information about our session teams and also the information about what are the presentations. And you could see that there's also other underlying message. Again, if I'm interested in project 1B, all I need to do is click it. It will take you directly to that specific presentations. And that will talk about the abstract and also the presenters. And if I would like to go back to the overview of the session on top, you can find the home button, click it, it will take you back to the overview of the session. So this is just seamless, and I hope you enjoy this program as much as I do. And now the next question is, so where do I go if I decide to go to session 1? So what you need to do is, room name is consistent with the session name. So session 1, the room will be session 1. And I'm gonna stop sharing right now and to talk a little bit more. And during any time, you are free to move from one room to another. And we have staff stationed in all rooms. And to recognize them, you will see they have the same virtual background like mine with our Action Research logo. And also on their video name, it has the staff in the front. So feel free to chat them whenever you have questions. And another point is regarding CEU credits, you will receive the certificate and contact hours after full attendance and completing the event survey at the end. So now let's talk about the transition plan. So first, we would like to transition the session teams to enter the room first to get prepared. So the session teams, including our presenters, our chairs, discussants, and staff. So the rest of us, very important people, we are going to stay in the main floor, and we are going to talk about important business. And so once if the room is open, the window will pop up to everybody. However, please do not click any button. I know we are inclined to do something, but please control your hands. Don't click anything. The people who can click is those session teams. Okay, so Dina, did you already assign everybody the session teams in the room?
Yes.
Okay, great. Would you please open the room right now? And please hold your hand tight, don't click. except you are the session teams. And so as they are transition and accepting to go into the room right now, so I'd like to introduce Chris Renison. He is our academic technology director. He is going to provide the instruction regarding the breakout room access. Chris, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you, Grace. So this whole session is basically the culmination of everything that we've learned from our other past 3 virtual action research symposiums. So when it comes to Zoom, we know that lots of different people can join with different versions of the update. They can join on a Mac, they can join on a Windows machine. And so there's no one perfect set of directions. So what we're going to do is just say, when it comes time to go to breakout rooms, how exactly will we get that done? Okay, so for those of us who have not had the opportunity to work with breakout rooms in a while in Zoom, the most important thing to know is that the breakout rooms option will be the way of navigating in and out of breakout rooms. So let me just share a small little illustration for that. Give me a second. Can everyone see my PowerPoint? Good deal. So here it is. And I'm going to move up to screen 1 and get a few things out of my way. There we go. So in general, there's 2 ways to get there. In breakout rooms, if you see location 1, if you have a screen that has a ton of real estate on it, high resolution screen, you will probably just see the option labeled breakout rooms at the bottom of your screen. And when we click that, it'll give us options to join different sorts of things. For those of us who have less real estate, you will probably see 3 dots, like you see here in location 2 that says more. You will click that and then you'll get a number of different options. It will look a little different for everybody based upon what things you have access to, but one of those options will be breakout rooms. So we know, how do we get in and out of breakout rooms? The icon labeled breakout rooms or the option labeled breakout rooms. So when it comes to going to our sessions, we've learned that people tend to be in 3 different groups. So the first group is those of us who have pre-registered for which session they wish to attend. So when that time comes and you click breakout rooms, you will see something that looks like this, except it'll probably be Dina's name. You will simply see something that says, Dina is inviting you to join session 1, or inviting you to join session 2, or inviting you to join session 3. When we're all ready to go to our sessions, you will click the blue button labeled join and you'll go. Group 2 is a group that's going to click the breakout rooms button and make the decision here and now which session they want to go to, 1, 2, or 3. When you do that, you'll see something very similar to this. You'll see, instead of 6 sessions, you'll see 3. You'll see session 1, session 2, session 3, and you'll see a blue join button. Pick the session you wish to go to, click the blue join button, and that will take you there. Group 3, and let me switch back over to here. Group 3 is a group of people who go and say, thank you for the instructions. The interface does not seem to be behaving the way that I want it to, and I could use a little assistance getting into a room. In that particular case, what you'll do is open up the chat and simply type in which session you wish to go to. Session 1, session 2, session 3, and the available staff here in the main room will manually move you over. And so we will get you into your breakout rooms faster than you can board a plane. How's that? Okay. And with that being said, I'll turn it back over to Grace for any last minute announcements before we head out.
Thank you, Chris. You always did such a wonderful job. Thank you. Dina, if you are here, are there any questions we need to address in the chat box? All right. Okay, so I didn't hear from Dina. I assume she already entered the room somewhere. So right now, the time is 4:51. And the session 1, 2, 3, it's going to start at 4:55. So Dina had opened all the rooms. And you think about whether you want to go to session 1, 2, or 3. So I want you to enjoy the presentations, ask a lot of questions, and sharing inputs, having a good experience. And if you can't enter the room, please stay. That's okay. Have a good time.